Okay, so welcome back. I want to introduce myself. My name's Alicia. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at alicia.soko@gmail.com. So that's ALICIA.SOKO@gmail.com. And I'm a loan signing agent. And specifically, I'm in Chicago. When I first started my journey, there weren't a lot of information regarding at least Chicago loan signing agents. There were a lot for California, Florida, all these different states, but I was really pressed to find any for here. So I want to share the information and my journey as I'm going through to become a loan signing agent. I started loan signing the end of last year. I was commissioned November, and I started almost immediately in December, and I've been doing it ever since part time. Eventually, when I retire from teaching, I will make this a full time position. I'm transitioning slowly, especially during things that's going on with education and COVID related. So it really does make sense to have that second income, that solid second income. So last time I talked about notary commission. So hopefully by now you've become interested, you've applied for your commission. If you haven't already gotten it, it's on its way. You got your stamp. What's next? Well, you need E&O insurance. E&O insurance, which is error and omissions insurance. Basically, 100,000 is a pretty good starting point. Most sign-in services, sign-in platforms, and direct customers title on escrow usually will ask for about 100, and there's a few that you can go through. You can go through NNA. A lot of people go through Byberg. I myself go through Byberg, and I have a million. It's not that expensive. For about a year, it's about maybe $30 a month, between 15 $30 a month, depending on your coverage that you get. But again, I am on the higher scale, a million, so that covers quite a bit. So you have your E&O and your E&O insurance, you have notary commission, and your stamp, which is really important. Okay, what's next? Well, you need equipment. A few things starting off, you'll need a LaserJet printer, specifically a LaserJet printer and not an inkjet printer. Uh, you'll be printing a lot, so it's probably advisable that you go with a black one as opposed to color, because the black, really, the ink is kind of pricey. um, and you want to get a high yield or a high output performance ink toner. That's going to last you, if you're going to be printing and going through signing services, that's going to last you at least a good 4 to 6 weeks, because you're going to be printing not only just one copy, but you're going to be printing two copies. So a copy for you to sign and notarize, and then a copy to leave with the client. And you're looking at first pages anywhere between 100 to 200 pages for one packet. Since you have to print two, that doubles, so you go from about 180 to about 500 pages. That's about a ream of paper. The other thing that you're going to need is paper. The paper you're going to need is, you're going to need legal and letter. I started buying letter and legal at Walmart. It was the cheapest I can find. I think when I got my printer, I bought like a ream of legal, just one pack. It was like $11, and I was able to go to Walmart, my local Walmart, and get that same, not brand, but same type of thick quality paper for about $6. So definitely at least about 70-80% off the price. If you want to go even cheaper, visit your local Sam's Club or your local Costco, whatever the membership club is near you. Get a membership and just buy the paper. That's going to save you so much trouble, and it's going to be much cheaper. The last case that I got, 10 reams. This is in the Chicago area. 10 reams of legal paper for a pack of 10 was about $44 at Costco. That's about $4 per pack. And I'm still going through it, so that's pretty good. You're going to want pens, blue and black. I get these at the dollar store. It's about 10 to a pack for $1. These you're going to just be pretty much giving away. I always have blue and black because some signing agencies require you to have sign in blue ink, some in black ink. It just depends on what the instructions are. So just make sure you have plenty of them. They're $1. Always make sure you get the ballpoint pens. Something with the signature and it doesn't leak, it doesn't smear when people sign. So just you know, get these. They're cheap. And if you go sign in and you leave them, you can always pick up a pack every time you go to the dollar store. Um, you're gonna need some type of bag to carry your things in. I have like a regular legal briefcase that I carry. It's light, and I only have the two copies, the one for the bar and the copy that I notarize that I carry in, along with my stamp, paper clips, and a few other things. So that's all you really need. You don't really have to go anything really fancy until you start making money. But where you're gonna need a bag. Okay. A legal plastic folder will probably work out really good, so you can have something to give um, the borrower a copy of, or you want to. I go to the dollar store and they have the legal file folders, manila folders, about six for $1. You always want to kind of leave the signer or the borrower with their copy in a folder. Usually, I just put a rubber band on it and then hand it to them. Okay, so next you got that. So you got your commission, you got your stamp, you got your equipment. What's next? You ready to roll? Well, I want to talk about that. So you have signing companies, signing platforms, and then you have direct clients. The direct clients are the people that are hiring you directly. So that could be title companies, that can be escrow companies. Um, those are the people who are dealing in the real estate transaction, and specifically, it is their client or a subsidiary of that company that's going to pay you directly without taking any fees out of your signing. And they'll probably call you directly. So they'll call John Smith directly and say, hey, John, I have a signing for you that is for September 5th. Are you able to do it? Yes. Okay, great. Well, let me give you the details. The great thing about the signing with direct companies is that you're paid directly. There's no fees taken out. A lot of times, the only thing you have to do is go to a local branch or that branch in which you're signing for, pick up the both copies and read directions and sign. Either drop it off in FedEx or you can drop it back off at the office. It just depends on what the instructions are. And you'll usually get paid within a week. If not that week, then definitely the next week. So usually within about 7 to 10 business days. So if not that week, again, the next week. Then you have signing platforms. Signing platforms, it looks like, in my opinion, is what most signing services are going to. So signing platforms are where a lot of signing services will get on the platform or have a place where they house all their information that can be shared with other signing services that join them, and they can pull from, you know, various notaries that are already signed up. It's great for the signing services as well as for you because you only have to upload your information once. So if you're on a place like SnapDocs, then once you get SnapDoc verified, it has all your information, and you go to sign up with another company like XYZ Signing, then they'll ask you, hey, do you have a SnapDocs profile? You'll just copy and paste that link to that, and it'll already verify all your information. So you don't have to submit your commission, driver's license, W-9, all the things that you would normally submit to get on, or your picture. Everything's already there. So there's signing platforms. And then you have signing companies or signing services. And signing services are just that. It's kind of the title or the real estate office or even the escrow office will reach out to XYZ signing, and they'll have a contract with them. And then their job is to find a notary for that specific client for that signing. It could be a purchase, seller packet, refi, reverse mortgage, loan modification. It could be a variation of things. But usually a signing service is going to take the bulk of the fee. I would say they're going to take about 60 to 70% of that fee, what they would originally get. So those are the things. I want to quickly just talk about my other notes here. About the pluses and minuses of signing service platforms and direct, just so you have a better idea of what you're getting into and what to look for. So, signing services, usually you don't need to have a lot of experience. Now, with that being said, if you don't have a lot of experience, a lot of times you will get very low fees. In the beginning, I've done it. I know some blogs, some forums, they are really against or really kind of frown upon a lot of the agents uh, picking up a lot of the low income service fees. But getting started, it's great because you need to get the experience. And I will say, sign-in services, yes, you'll get the experience. The pay may be low. I'll go over pay shortly, but they're a lot more forgiving on mistakes. So things like you missed a stamp here, you forgot a signature, you have to go back out, do things like that. They're a lot more forgiving, especially if you're able to catch it first and let them know, hey, I think I missed a signature. I'll go back out later on today or later tomorrow, or I'll call them immediately and let them know. They're definitely more willing to work with you. And you're not banned or not called back, or the relationship is not severed if you make a mistake. So they're usually more forgiving. The schedule for sign-in services, usually you can schedule a week in advance, is usually maybe within 1, 2, maybe the most 3, 4 days. So usually if something comes up, you have to be pretty fast, because if you signed up with a sign-in service, it will usually come through your phone as a text message, or it might come through an email. So you really have to really pay attention to your email and your text message, because they go really fast. They go really, really fast. Well, it could just be, it just popped up, it's a blast text. And as soon as you kind of log on to that site, if you haven't already gotten your credentials already saved in your phone, as soon as you log on to it, it's gone. So you really have to be quick. And usually those are for like within 1 to 2 days. In a lot of cases, a blast email or text, it's that same day, within a few hours, or maybe occurring at that time, or sometimes it's just a TBA, to be announced. So that's for signing service platforms. Again, experience is kind of hit or miss. So yes, you may be able to get with a signing platform, and if you can, great. But pay may be higher, because some signing platforms will offer a pay, and it'll vary. Say a signing service may offer $60, where you go on a signing platform, that same job with a different company may pay 85. So it varies. They're somewhat forgiving. Again, with any mistake, just make sure that you own up to it. Try to correct it as best you can. Just make sure you just be diligent about checking and double checking your work. I will say that you will make mistakes. Yes, you will. No one has a perfect signing. You will make a mistake. I would say don't fret. Just, own up to it. If you see it first, just make sure like you notate it and try to reach out to the client or the borrower and say, get what you need to, so it doesn't hold up the funding for their transaction to proceed. Okay. As far as schedule, it can be like the sign-in service, maybe the same day, 1 or 2 days out, but usually it's usually within about 4 days. 4 is the most I've seen. Usually anything outside of that, and it will be a cancellation. Something will hold it up, and something will happen the day before, and you won't get that reassignment. Direct. Direct has pluses all across the board. So some people have debated, should I go direct? It's up to you. If you feel confident and you're very diligent about checking your work, I say yes, go for it. Go direct. It does take marketing, because people are trusting you and their client and their name, the company's name, for you to do a good job. The experience, a lot of times they want to ask you if you have the experience. So just make sure that you know what you're doing. If you go through any of the notary courses or loan signing agent courses, make sure that you know the material for whatever you're doing, whether you purchase or a refi or loan mod, seller's packet, buyer packet. Just make sure that know what you're doing. Pay is also a big plus. Now, I will say for pay, it can be anywhere, and I know we're not. This is my disclaimer. Uh, in this particular area, in the area of Chicago, pay can be anywhere from direct about 125 to about 250. Uh, that's a very big difference in a signing service or signing platform offering you 60 to 85. So when I say there's a discrepancy in the salary for signings, that is a big one. So that's why a lot of people like to go direct. As far as mistakes are really looked and frowned down upon. So if you decide to go direct, this is not, you make sure that you know what you're doing. Review at the table. If you have a chance to review beforehand, look it over, make sure all your signatures are where they're supposed to be, all your stamps are where they're supposed to be. If you have, if you're with the NNA, if you have questions beforehand about if this is a notarial verbiage or not, call them and let them know. Pay for the membership. It is going to help you quite a bit. Even if you knew you have to call them, yes, you may have to wait a minute or two, but the information that they have there is invaluable. So make sure that you call them. As far as the scheduling go, it can be anywhere from 3 to 7 days, which is great. So you're able to schedule other things as well. So you may get a signing for September 7th, September 10th. They have a little bit more control over the signing, and documents rarely are late and rarely are appointments missed unless there is something really, really bad holding everything up. But usually it's that date. The only thing that may change may be the venue where it's signed at. Maybe they have a change in location. They want to meet maybe at an office, or maybe they want to meet up the street at the coffee shop. So that's the great thing. So yeah. Again, I just wanted to kind of go over some of this with you, some of the journey. So now that you have it, hey, you guys, let's do this. Let's rock it out. Um, it's a great field to go to. The money that you can earn in the income potential is unlimited. It's only limited by your work ethic. Again, if you have questions, let me know. You can like, comment, subscribe at the bottom or over at the side, and let me know what information you want to know more about loan signing agent in Chicago. Thanks. I'll try to post at least once a week more regularly, just about things about loan signing agents and notary information that you might need to know about or what to look out for. And I hope to see you next week. Everybody have a great